My child, listen to me closely. I speak to you not just as a guide, not just as a messenger, but as Archangel Michael himself, the one who stands beside you when the world feels loud, when whispers try to shake your confidence, when the opinions of others hover like shadows around your light. And today, yes, today I want to talk to you about something you've been feeling deeply, someone talking about you, someone judging the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you express yourself, the way you exist. My child, breathe. Let me start right there. I know you've felt the sting of those words. Maybe they didn't say it to your face, because people rarely do that. They say it behind your back, in small groups, in hushed tones, or perhaps through comments online, typed quickly and carelessly. And each word, each whisper, it touches something in you, doesn't it? But I want you to stay with me for a moment. Don't turn away from this message. In fact, tell me in the comments, have you ever felt judged just for being yourself? Just type, yes, if you've been there. You are not alone. Because today, I want to take you through a journey. A long one. A deep one. This is part 1, and by the time you finish, I want your heart to feel lighter than it has in a long time. Now, my child, let us begin. You wake up in the morning, you pick your clothes, and you don't just wear fabric, you wear your emotions, your memories, your identity. You dress the way that feels like home to you. Maybe it's bold. Maybe it's simple. Maybe it's colorful, or maybe it's neutral. Maybe it's something you've grown into. Maybe it's something you're still discovering. But whatever it is, it's yours. And yet, someone talks. But why? Why do people talk about others? You see, my child, humans have always been curious creatures. They observe, they compare, they judge, they assume. Most of the time, it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because there's something unsettled within them. Let me explain this in a way your heart will understand. Imagine a person who has not yet learned how to accept themselves fully. Imagine someone who doubts their own choices, someone who doesn't feel free enough to wear what they truly want, someone who fears the opinions of others. When they see you, bold, expressive, unapologetic, they feel a shift inside themselves. It's uncomfortable. It's unfamiliar. And instead of learning from that feeling, instead of growing from it, they talk. They point fingers because they cannot point inward. You are not the problem, my child. You never were. But I know, even when your mind understands this, your heart still feels heavy. And that heaviness, let me carry some of it for you today. I have watched you for so long, every moment you questioned yourself, every time you stood in front of a mirror and wondered, is this too much? Will they judge me? Will they talk? And yet, you still chose to be yourself. That is strength. That is courage. That is divine authenticity. You don't dress to impress others. You dress to express your soul. To match your energy. To mirror your emotions. And even if someone talks about it, understand this truth. They can see you, my child. But they cannot be you. You shine in a way they wish they could. And sometimes, your light irritates their shadows. Now, I want you to do something. In the comments, if you feel comfortable, simply write, I choose myself. Not for me, but for you. Because every time you declare it, you take back a little more of your power. Let me take you deeper. Do you remember the first time someone commented on your appearance? The first time someone made you feel small or strange or different? You might have been very young. You might have not even understood what was happening. But it planted something, a seed of self-doubt. And over years, over time, over repeated moments, that seed tried to grow. But every time you chose to be yourself anyway. Every time you wore something others didn't expect. Every time you refused to shrink. You did something sacred. You stepped out of the prison of other people's opinions. That's why some people talk. Because you are free in ways they are not. And listen to me carefully, my child, freedom intimidates the caged. It always has. Your clothes do not just cover your body, they carry your journey. That scarf, that jacket, that dress, that color, each piece has a story. Something you bought with excitement. Something you received from someone you love. Something that represents who you were, who you are, or who you are becoming. But others don't see that story. They only see the surface. And so their words also come from that surface. They don't see your heart, your healing, your growth. Only the loudest souls can see the truth beneath appearances. You, my child, are one of those souls. But let me tell you something powerful, something I need you to hear with your whole being. What they say about you reveals who they are. What you choose to be reveals who you are. You are not responsible for the mouths of others. You are responsible only for the authenticity of your own heart. Let me share a secret with you. Your aura is louder than your outfit. Your light enters the room before you do. Your spirit is stronger than any judgment. Your energy is something that cannot be hidden, even if you wore the simplest clothes on earth. They don't talk because of what you wear, they talk because of what you carry. A presence. A depth. A truth. And truth makes many people uncomfortable. But, my child, I want you to stay rooted in yourself. Stay grounded in your identity. Stay loyal to your soul. Ask yourself this, and answer honestly. If you stopped dressing the way you love, if you changed yourself to silence them, if you wore what they approved, would you still feel like you? No, you wouldn't. You would be a shadow of yourself, a reflection shaped by others. And you were not born to be that. You were not sent into this world to please the insecure or to shrink for the uncertain. You came here to be a mirror for others, showing them what it looks like to live truly, boldly, authentically. And yes, sometimes mirrors make people uncomfortable. But that discomfort is their journey, not yours. Now, my child, I want you to take a breath, and understand something else. People will always talk. If you dress beautifully, they will talk. If you dress simply, they will talk. If you succeed, they will talk. If you struggle, they will talk. If you rise, they will talk. If you fall, they will talk. So let them talk. Because while they talk, you grow. You evolve. You transform. You express. You become more you. And every day you become more you, you rise closer to your divine purpose. My child, as Archangel Michael, I stand beside you. With my wings I shield you from negativity. With my sword I cut the cords of judgment. With my light I illuminate the truth. And the truth is, you are meant to stand out. You are meant to express yourself. You are meant to be different. You were never meant to blend into the background. Now listen, because this is important. When someone talks about you, they are giving you their energy. You have the choice, take it in, or rise above it. And I want you to rise. I need you to rise. You are born to rise. Someone is talking about you and the way you dress up. Yes, my child, I know that feeling still lingers inside you. Even after everything we spoke about in part 1, there is still a voice within you that says, but why me? Why do they talk about me at all? Why can't they just leave me alone? And I understand. I truly do. Let me tell you a truth most people never learn. The moment you choose to express yourself, someone, somewhere, will choose to misunderstand you. My child, you could hide yourself completely, blend into crowds, silence your colors, dull your shine, and still, someone would talk. Not because of anything you do, but because talking about others is easier than facing themselves. But you are not here to make their journey easier. You are here to make your own path truer. Now let me take you deeper, because you are ready. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are standing in a room filled with people. Everyone is dressed the same colors, same patterns, same style. It is a world of sameness. A world where no one stands out, where no one dares to be different. A world where expression is replaced by imitation. Now imagine you walking into that room, wearing something that your spirit feels connected to, something that reflects your energy. It could be simple, or it could be bold. It could be bright, or it could be calm. But it is you. Instantly, people turn. Instantly, people stare. Instantly, people talk. Not because you did something wrong. Not because you are strange. But because you are alive in a room where others are only existing. My child, your individuality is a spark. And sparks always attract attention, some positive, some negative. The ones who are inspired will admire you. The ones who are insecure will talk about you. The ones who are threatened will try to dim you. But none of them can replace you. Take a moment and breathe that in. Let it sink. You are one of a kind, not an accident, not a mistake, not an extra piece in this world. You are intentional. You were created with purpose, with design, with a soul that carries unique colors. And because your colors are rare, they will always be noticed. Tell me in the comments, only if it feels right to your heart. I allow my colors to shine. Let me continue. Do you know what happens energetically when someone talks about you? Their words send energy waves. Their attention sends focus. Their curiosity sends connection. And what they don't realize is, those waves cannot touch you unless you open your door to them. You have the power to reject their judgment. You have the power to stay untouched. You have the power to remain whole. And you do not even need to respond to them. Silence is your shield. Self-respect is your armor. Authenticity is your sword. My child, the world teaches you to fight negativity with negativity. But the higher truth is this. You rise above negativity by being so rooted in who you are that nothing shakes you. Let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. Have you ever changed something about yourself because you feared someone's opinion? If yes, just type yes in the comments. There is no shame. There is only growth. Because today, that ends. Today, you come back to yourself. You see, most people wear clothes for others. They dress for approval, for acceptance, for validation. They fear standing out. They fear being judged. They fear being talked about. So they choose safety over self-expression. But you, my child, you choose truth. Your clothes are not just clothes. They are stories. They are emotions. They are healing. They are rebellion. They are freedom. Every time you choose an outfit, you are saying, "This is me today. This is my energy. This is my expression." That is powerful. That is divine. That is rare. And rare things always attract attention. Let them talk. Because while they talk, you are evolving. Let me tell you something else I need you to understand deeply. People often talk about what they cannot understand. Your confidence, maybe they don't understand it. Your style, maybe they don't understand it. Your presence, maybe they don't understand it. Your energy, maybe they cannot access it. And when humans do not understand something, they do one of two things. They either admire it, or they attack it. Those who admire you will silently learn from you. Those who attack you are silently hurting inside themselves. But none of this changes your worth. Imagine a diamond, my child. A diamond shines even when surrounded by dust. A diamond remains valuable even when criticized by those who cannot afford it. A diamond does not stop being a diamond because someone calls it a stone. And you are that diamond. People cannot define your value with their words. Your worth does not decrease because someone cannot see it. Your beauty does not fade because someone cannot understand it. As Archangel Michael, I want you to hear this with your whole soul. Your authenticity is sacred. Your expression is sacred. Your individuality is sacred. And no opinion can stain something that is divinely protected. Now let us go deeper, into your inner voice. Because the truth is, sometimes the real judgment does not come from others. Sometimes the harshest comments come from your own mind. That voice that says, "Maybe they are right. Maybe I am too much. Maybe I should change. Maybe I should hide." My child, that voice does not belong to your soul. It belongs to old wounds, to past experiences, to inherited fears, to insecurities planted by others. And I am here today to help you silence that voice, not by force, but by healing. Let me guide you. Place your hand on your chest for a moment. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Feel your warmth. That is your truth. That is your real self. That is the one who loves bold colors, or soft patterns, or layers, or simplicity. That is the one who expresses life through their appearance. That is the one who chooses freedom. You don't dress to impress. You dress to connect to yourself. And no one, no voice outside you, should have the power to make you doubt that connection. Now I want you to repeat this silently or write it in the comments. I am safe being myself. Because you are. You are more protected than you realize. Your spirit is guarded. Your authenticity is shielded. Your path is guided. And now, my child, listen closely. If someone talks about the way you dress, it means you are noticeable. If someone whispers about your style, it means you stand out. If someone comments on your appearance, it means you are unforgettable. Those who blend in are rarely talked about. But those who carry light, those who carry presence, those who carry individuality, they are always noticed. Your existence leaves an imprint. Your energy leaves an echo. Your presence leaves a mark. And this is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. My child, come back into the space with me. Feel my presence again, steady and bright beside you. This is Archangel Michael speaking to you, guiding you deeper into your strength, deeper into your truth, deeper into the version of you that no longer bends under the weight of anyone's words. We have already walked through the sting of judgment, the weight of opinions, and the truth behind why people talk about you. But now, in part 3, I want to take you somewhere even more important, into the place where those opinions lose their power completely. I want to show you how to rise into emotional detachment, into inner clarity, into peace. Yes, peace. Even when people talk. Even when they whisper. Even when they judge. Even when they misunderstand. My child, listen. The world will always have noise. But you decide what becomes silence inside you. You must learn something sacred today. People's opinions only hurt when you believe they might be true. If someone says something about you and you instantly feel pain, it is not because their words are powerful. It is because there is a hidden part of you that fears they might be right. A wound. An old insecurity. A small doubt still living inside you. So today, I want you to see that wound without fear. Because once we see what hurts, we can begin to heal it. Let me guide you gently. Think of the last time someone commented on your appearance or your style. Think of that moment. Not to relive the pain, but to observe it with new eyes. Why did it hurt? Was it the words? Or was it your fear of being judged? Because people talk all the time. But not everything they say touches you. For example, if someone randomly said, "You're made of sunlight," you wouldn't get angry. If someone said, "Your hair is purple," and it wasn't, you wouldn't cry. Why? Because you know those things aren't true. So the words that hurt. They hurt because somewhere inside you, there is a small part still unsure about yourself. And my child, that is exactly the part we heal today. But before we go deeper, tell me in the comments, just if your heart allows. I am ready to heal. Now let me show you something important. When someone talks about the way you dress, what they are really talking about is their own discomfort. Your self-expression challenges them. Your authenticity confuses them. Your confidence reminds them of what they lack. Your courage exposes their insecurity. They are not talking about your clothes. They are talking about their fear of freedom. Because when someone sees you living boldly, it triggers a question within them. Why am I not this free? Most people cannot answer that question. So instead, they talk. They judge. They comment. They whisper. But none of this has anything to do with you. It is simply a reflection of them. My child, imagine a bird soaring high in the sky. People down on the ground look up and say, "It's flying too high. It's moving too fast. It thinks it's better than the rest." But the bird? The bird simply flies. It does not come down to explain itself. It does not shrink its wings. It does not ask for approval. And you, my child, are meant to be that bird. You were not born to explain. You were not born to shrink. You were not born to justify your choices to those who will never understand your spirit. Now I want you to take a breath. A slow one. Because I want to show you something powerful, something that will change the way you see everything from this moment forward. When someone talks about you, you have three choices. You can absorb it. You can fight it. Or you can rise above it. Absorbing it hurts you. Fighting it drains you. But rising above it, that frees you. And rising above someone's opinion doesn't mean ignoring them out of anger. It means you've reached a point where their opinions simply do not register inside your being anymore. You hear them, but you don't hold them. You notice them, but you don't receive them. They happen, but they don't matter. This is emotional detachment. The kind that comes not from coldness, but from deep self-awareness. My child, let me take you one layer deeper. Do you know why emotionally detached people appear stronger, calmer, unbothered? Because they know who they are. And when you know who you are, no one else can tell you who you are not. Imagine your identity as a house. If your foundation is weak, anyone walking outside can shake your walls. But if your foundation is strong, solid, unbreakable, the wind can blow, rain can fall, people can talk. And your house remains unmoved. Your self-worth must become that house. Unshakable. Unbreakable. Unaffected. People's opinions are the wind. Temporary. Meaningless. They make noise, but they cannot tear down a structure built with truth. Now listen, my child. There is a moment in every person's life when they must choose between two paths. The path of approval. Or the path of authenticity. Approval feels safe, but it traps you. Authenticity feels uncertain at first, but it frees you. And you, without even realizing it, have already chosen authenticity. That is why they talk. That is why they whisper. That is why they notice you. People do not talk about ordinary. They talk about extraordinary. And my child, you are extraordinary. But let me tell you what happens when you fully step into authenticity. You stop apologizing for who you are. You stop questioning your decisions. You stop seeking validation from voices that were never meant to guide you. You stop shrinking for those who refuse to grow. You become centered, rooted, aligned. And people feel it. Some admire it. Some fear it. Some attack it. But none of them control it. I want you to write this in the comments, only if it feels right. I trust who I am becoming. Now let me guide you even deeper. My child, when I say you are protected, I do not mean only physically. I protect your energy. I protect your path. I protect your truth. The judgments of others cannot harm the soul that has divine protection around it. You are not walking this world alone. You are not navigating life without guidance. You are surrounded, shielded, supported. You must understand this clearly. People can talk about you, but they cannot define you. People can judge you, but they cannot stop your becoming. People can misunderstand you, but they cannot slow your purpose. Their words may enter the air, but they cannot enter your soul unless you let them. And now, my child, you are learning not to let them. You are learning to listen to yourself more. You are learning to trust your own voice. You are learning to express yourself boldly, fully, unapologetically. There will come a day, and it is very near, when someone talks about you and you simply smile, because their words feel so small compared to your inner strength. That is emotional freedom. That is spiritual maturity. That is self-ownership.